Welcome to Help Desk with Joe, and this is show number 84 as we keep climbing right towards that 100 mark. And with me, as always, Justin and Joe.
Morning, guys.
Great to be here.
So as we're going, this show, Help Desk with Joe, always a fan favorite here, and we stream it out on our Patch Facebook Live page. And, of course, goes into our podcast series and so forth. But, Joe and Justin, we appreciate the fact that you're looking out for our community, looking out for our folks here that use technology in their everyday lives and how to help them with what's coming down the road. And it's really neat. After last week's show, I started thinking about, it's like, if you just watch this show or listen to this show weekly, you would have the basis of most internet issues covered.
Yeah.
I say internet, but I'll say technology
Right.
issues covered, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool service you provide.
In an unbiased
Yeah. You don't have an agenda. It's just helping out the general consumer or businesses or whatever. It's just that information that everybody kind of needs to be aware of.
Well, and we go into the major news media. They'll mention it, and it's like a quick little 30-second blip and move on. We can actually dig into the details and go, okay, here's why it's actually important.
Yeah, you make it personal to the person that's listening.
Yeah, we tell you, okay, this is why you should really be concerned about it. Yeah, they say, you should do it, but they don't explain why.
Yeah. So that's good stuff. But anyway, show 84, climbing right up there. I'm excited about that. And you got a good lineup today, Joe. I feel like this lineup's going to affect a lot of people because you're kind of hitting the high usage stuff.
Well, and Justin already did a little sneak preview and is already getting
Justin's crafty like that.
And I think he's going to be bummed already. So
I know what I'm getting into.
You're welcome. Right up front. You're welcome. So first one, we got Netflix.
Yes.
Tell us the deal, man. What's going on with Netflix? I have Netflix. Justin has it. I don't. Do you have it?
Yes.
All right. So all three of us have Netflix.
Yeah. So you and I are going. This is good news for you and I. Justin, he's going to be a little delayed on the good news.
I can't. I'm assuming it has something to do with iPhones or Apple. Then.
Yes.
I saw the article. There's a new feature. I jumped on my phone. I want to check it out. No, I can't. Not yet. In a couple months, it says maybe I can.
A couple months. Welcome to paying more for Apple products, folks. And I know, Justin, you got a little loophole there because you didn't pay for your phone, whatever. You just stuck with it. But you're welcome anyway. So for all the iPhone users out there, yeah. As soon as Cena hears that, you're paying for that later. So
yeah.
But yeah, okay, all right. So tell us what's the deal. What's going on with Netflix?
So this is an interesting story. I don't know how to gauge it yet, but Netflix is bringing video games to its platform on Android devices.
What?
Yes.
What kind of games? I mean, like when you say video games, I think of like Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo. But on your phone, you have more like app games.
Yeah. This is.
I'm not a big gamer, so I don't really know what I'm talking about here. But I'm just trying to figure out what you're saying.
Right. So I know we talked about it vaguely in July, but fast forward the days here. So yesterday, Netflix announced its first 5 games coming to its streaming platform. And the games are going to be Stranger Things 1984, Stranger Things 3, the game, Shooting Hoops, Card Blast, and Teeter Up. And
They skip right to Stranger Things 3.
yeah.
It's like, what about 1 and 2?
Yeah, I didn't understand that one either. So you actually be able to play these games in the Netflix mobile app for Android starting at 1 p.m. Eastern today, Wednesday. So
And a month from now for me.
coming months with an S.
Okay.
Hold on. So back up.
Okay.
There's a Stranger Thing game?
There's 2.
What? On what? How, I don't understand.
Okay, so
like, can I pull it up on my phone and say, okay, I want to play a Stranger Thing game?
Yeah. So starting this afternoon, you just open your Netflix app, and then I don't know how this layout's going to be.
I don't know if I have my Netflix app on my phone. I have it at home on my computer. But
What's my password? I don't know.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, and it'll be only on your mobile device.
Yeah, Android devices.
Won't be able to do it on your TV at home.
So I guess they'll have a separate button or section for gaming.
So there's a Stranger Things game?
There's 2.
How's that work? What? What?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm familiar with the show. I really love the
Oh,
show.
me too.
I love the retro 80s thing.
Yes.
I mean, I thought as far as a show that embodies the 80s, Stranger Things knocked it out of the park.
Yes.
I mean, there's so many hidden gems in there, so many Easter eggs.
Yes.
I mean, it's just amazing. I love it.
Absolutely.
Can't wait for the new season.
Yeah, I've been I just keep checking every so often when I think about it. When
Yeah. Have you guys played this game yet? I mean,
No.
Dustin, obviously you have not, but
Not yet.
like, what other platform is this Stranger Things game on?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just a regular game.
Yeah.
It might be Netflix exclusive.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
so that's where I was going with this. Are these Netflix only games, or are they
Well, let me
games
look
that
here.
you can just play on Netflix now in addition? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, let me look here real quick. I'll pull up the App Store.
I like the story though. I like level 2, available on Android everywhere. Boy, it doesn't even mention Apple or iPhones. That's kind of crazy.
But then, yeah, you
Okay.
could have like a
Oh.
generic basketball
All right,
game. it
so
sounds
these games are not available to kid profiles, so it's adults only.
Yeah. Okay. So I just looked up Stranger Things 1984, and it is a game developed exclusively for Netflix members.
Really?
Yes.
That's
so you
wild.
can download it from the App Store, but you'll need your Netflix login to play.
I'm seeing a little screenshot. You know, it's definitely not realistic characters like all the Stranger Things.
Yeah, it looks like 8-bit mode, like
Looks like
the original Nintendo.
Final Fantasy, not quite Final Fantasy, some sort of little like
Yeah,
cartoonish looking.
but the layout's kind of like the.
I just want to be able to get in the game and drive the Trans Am.
But it's kind of formatted in the original Nintendo, original NES,
Yeah. Okay. Well, neat
So-
stuff.
which is good. I mean, like you said, it's an 80s,
Yeah.
show,
I love
so-
it. I love the
so why
retro.
wouldn't they have an 80s themed game?
It is kind of crazy they skip over Stranger Things 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal is there.
What's Shooting Hoops? Is that Frosty Pop? I don't know what that is. Card Blast?
I don't know.
You guys aren't familiar with those. Teeter Up, which also says Frosty Pop. I don't know what that means either. Huh. Pretty cool. I say pretty cool. I don't know. I say it's pretty cool because I like Stranger Things.
Right. And what's nice is this is coming at no additional charge to your current Netflix
Ooh,
account.
really?
Yeah.
For free.
Yeah.
Man, I'm so glad I have an Android. How about you, Justin? I love it when the cheap version outdoes the expensive version just because.
Well, but it'll be so much better when it comes out on Apple.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Once you slap that logo. on
Months.
Yeah.
Months.
Yeah, it'll be something brand new.
Oh, boy.
there. Exciting news. In that
Interesting
world.
stuff. Okay, so no additional cost.
Right. You can
Unique games just to Netflix. And it said something on here about
but
no connection, no problem. While
Ye-
some mobile games may require internet connection, others will be available to play offline.
yes, once you download the game, some of the games will
Yeah.
not require an internet connection. to
That's
play.
pretty cool. I go to a lot of places where I don't have internet connection, just from soccer and stuff. You're out in
Right.
the middle of nowhere, and you know, get bored. But I don't know. I read a lot, so it doesn't matter. But
One of those things you maybe didn't see coming because you think of Netflix only as
yeah, movies.
streaming.
Yeah.
But then it's like, well, why not throw it on there and
Yeah.
make it part of their app?
It seems pretty expensive to add games, though. I mean, I don't know how games work, but it seems like it's a big production to create a game.
Yeah,
so-
because they teamed up with a lot of the heavy hitters like EA and
Yeah.
a lot of the big ones. So this one's going to be interesting to see.
well, I feel
how
like
and where they go with
they made an investment in this. This isn't.
Yes.
It doesn't seem like just a
A pet project.
or something that's just a whimsy,
Right.
deal. It seems like an initial investment that's a big cost up front, and so they getting into video game business. Is that
here's-
what we're going here?
It looks like it. So here's my speculation. This is this is my pure speculation. There's no research to back this up.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a beta test, and if it takes off hugely, then it'll spin off as its own paid platform like Netflix. Instead, you have your option of Netflix streaming or Netflix video games, and probably a bundle
Yeah.
option.
I don't know enough about video games to know, what or how that works, like how popular it is or what type of market they can steal. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But I mean, I know video games on the phone is a big deal.
Yes.
Or on, I guess this wouldn't be on an iPad, which most people dish off to their kids. But so okay, so it's
You can do it on an iPad too, probably.
these Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why won't it work on your iPhone? I think it's Android only. So you'd have to have does that mean like a Kindle or
no, an Android like our phones or an Android tablet.
That's what I mean. So is Kindle considered Android?
No, it's Amazon.
Okay, all right. So some sort of Android like Samsung tablet or something.
Yeah.
So they kind of got the market niche there.
Right.
Huh. Interesting. Now I know when we did our internet radio station here, we had to have both platforms, and it took longer to do the Apple.
Yeah, because Apple
is a pain in the butt with a ton of red tape.
Yes.
So our Android app came through fast, and then the Apple one took like 2 months.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, because Apple has more stringent policies in place.
So anyway, jumping into the video game market.
Yeah.
That's got to be pretty big, though. I don't know. I mean, you can go, and I know, like on the Play Store, and again, I'm not the video game guy, but I know you go in the Play Store and you can download, a ton of games, find them anywhere as apps. So I wonder if their games will be good enough or unique enough that people will go to Netflix to play them, rather than just do the simple app download. Does that make sense?
Well, that's where they got you, because I can download the app from the App Store, but to play it, I have to have my Netflix login.
Well, no, I just meant like if they'll steal business from people that just go to their Play Store and just play whatever random game that's an app versus... I don't know, though, because it seems like if it's Stranger Things, it's probably a game that's more like Legend of Zelda or something, where you keep building and working through all the stages. So maybe that's the unique part that'll get people drawn to it.
Maybe.
More of a drawn-out character game that's more in-depth.
Right. Well, Netflix has so much original content now that they have a huge universe to develop from.
Man, that is true. Netflix and Amazon both making all their
a lot of in-house content.
Yeah, in-house movies and everything. That's amazing. You know what's more amazing? Justin dressed up as the Tiger King for Halloween at our skeleton scoot out the golf course.
Yes,
and it was amazing.
And timely too. Tiger King 2 coming.
And that's I was just looking at it on my Netflix, not on mine, but on Netflix, looking at the games. Tiger King 2.
When's season 2 coming?
17th.
Ooh, nice.
I assume you've watched them, Joe?
Oh, we was one of the masses that watched it during quarantine. So yes.
Oh,
and you still haven't watched it, right?
I have not. I could not stomach the thought of even trying to watch it.
Justin, back me up on this. Dave, it is a train wreck you have to watch.
Definitely a train wreck.
I think I can avoid that one.
No.
I don't do reality shows. That's the hard part.
Oh, well, it's not really a reality show. It's more of a documentary.
Huh.
Yeah, it's not polished up like a reality show. It's basically just a documentary, and it's crazy enough that you think maybe it is a reality show, but it's all straight.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can I sneak a story in, see what your guys' thoughts are on it?
Absolutely.
Chip shortage could affect Christmas shopping for tech gadgets this year.
Oh,
you heard anything about that? Anybody?
Well, it's hammered cars. I know cars is a big deal.
Yeah, and actually, GM has been running kind of staggered crew throughout all this. They just announced starting this week that they're actually going to start production back full swing. So apparently they're finally catching up on getting their chips in. But yeah, that I have heard that depending on what you want to get your family members for Christmas, it may be harder to get.
Daggone it, Joe. You're supposed to be bringing us gadgets to try out. How's that affect our deal here? Because, I'm waiting on my phone. I'm waiting on my, what was the other thing we were getting, Justin?
Yeah, the toy phone, and then...
Yeah, there was something else I don't remember. It's probably something from Wise.
Yeah, probably.
And it's that time of the show. Let's bring in the Wise name drop. And let me go to wise.com, which is already here.
The unofficial, unsponsored Wise spot.
Ooh, you know what they just came out with? or at least I just now saw. They got a new Wise Watch 47mm C with more colors and more bands. Maybe they already had that, but this is Wise Week.
Yeah, last week was the start of Wise Week.
Okay. Yeah, I can't remember. Justin, come on, man, help me out here. We're supposed to get this stuff from Joe.
Hey, you guys can order from Wise just as easily as I can.
Come on, Jingle Pockets, help us out.
Jingle pockets are running empty.
Is that Cena's rule?
Yeah.
I know. That's you.
Hey, the chip,
Over the
chip
years you-
shortage.
Yeah, over the years you've always said, "Hey, run it by Cena. I don't have a problem with it." But my golly, Cena's a tough cookie. I am.
If you can convince her, we're doing something. And honestly, going back to our water slide concept we kicked around a few months ago,
Yeah.
guys, I think we was actually onto something because I told her that instead of the usual "get out of here, you're bothering me,"
Yeah.
she stops and goes, "You know that could work." So I was like, "Whoa, time out."
Yeah. If you get past that first hurdle,
Yeah.
you're onto something.
Yeah, I was like, time out. Usually Cena says, what were you guys thinking? But she actually stopped and goes, that may work. We're onto something here,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. We're going to have to push this envelope a little bit and see what we can get happening. You know what I don't understand about Wise? The sprinkler thing. Is that such a big thing that people do? Sprinklers?
Apparently.
I mean, they got a sprinkler weatherproof controller box. They got sprinkler controller, and I'm just like, I don't even know anybody that has sprinklers.
Not around here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess out west maybe.
Of course, none of us live in gated communities where this is
Yeah, popular.
needed, so that might be that might be the problem. We're living in the wrong neighborhoods, guys.
I'm pretty sure they won't let me in theirs neighborhood.
I'm the reason they had the gates up.
Keep people like me out.
Yeah. So they got all kinds of they got merchandise now. Wise socks, shirts, hoodies, hats.
The hats I like the logo on the hats.
Yeah. I can't remember what we were supposed to get, Justin. You're killing me here.
Yeah, I couldn't find it either.
Joe, you're supposed to get the Wise car. What happened?
They was always out of stock.
17% off. Now's the time. Okay. Anyway, that's our Wise plug for the day, even though we're not sponsored by them. We can always look and dream.
Which we should be. I mean, as much as
we
we
bring them up every show. Anyway, all right. We were going to test drive something for you. Maybe it wasn't Wise.
Speaking of, did you do that video yet, Joe?
The one yes, the other one no.
Video.
With Jack Airford?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Did it go okay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're a pro. Yeah, what am I thinking?
Turn the camera on, this guy. He rises to the occasion every time.
Well, he's been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy now.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, okay. So I got lost there. All right, next story. Facebook. Good job, Justin.
Okay, so
Everybody has Facebook.
almost, yeah,
How many Facebook users are there?
too many. I'm referring that to as the spammers.
I mean, it's like half
Billions.
a billion or something. It's billions?
Yes.
Gosh.
2.91 billion. So almost half the planet has it.
Yeah.
Right.
So Facebook is shutting down its face recognition system.
I didn't even know they had one. Wait a minute. What?
You probably agreed to it in some.
I know. The good news is I'm not on Facebook very much at all. So,
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I knew it was around because, they'll do like, oh, here's you and that other person.
Yes. Yeah.
It'll put a little box on their face. I'm like,
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And then would auto tag you.
Yeah.
And
Do you want to go ahead and tag the person that we've recognized?
No
with our
way.
AI? Yeah.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, like if I had a picture of the three of us standing together and I posted it to my Facebook, it would recognize that there were faces in the picture.
It would say, "Listen, Joe,
And
you're
then
the
it'd
pretty
say-
one. You got to ditch these two."
Yeah.
So then it would ask you to basically help out their facial recognition system and say, hey, could you tag your friends in this picture? So then if
Yeah.
I type in Dave and Justin,
Yep.
boom, now I just helped their system learn your guys' faces.
Wow. I bet that information goes somewhere super handy for me
Yeah.
or for whoever. But
Yeah.
you know,
We
That's
recommend you defriend these two.
yeah, you don't want to be friends with those scoundrels. Get them off your list. You're gonna get in trouble with that person as a friend.
So I
So
noticed you're hanging out with Dave.
Nothing good will come of that. You need to. Have you seen his posts lately? You got to end that friendship. So they're shuttering their Facebook face recognition program.
yes.
I wonder why.
Yeah. I was
So
just about to ask.
so Meta, which is the new company name for Facebook,
Yeah.
is further backing away from its facial recognition. The company announced it's shutting down the system on Facebook in the quote-unquote coming weeks. So it has the same timeline as Netflix does for iPhone apps.
I wonder, why would they do that? I mean, it seems like a pretty good marketing deal, and they've been doing it for a while. So why just turn away from it? I guess. So here's my two questions.
Okay.
One, was it like legal action? Did they get in trouble for something? Then they're saying, okay, we got to peel this back because it's causing us legal problems, or is it just not worth the money?
The company said it made the decision following growing concerns about the broader use of facial recognition, including uncertainty about regulation of the technology. While Meta believed face recognition could still be helpful in some situations, such as gaining access to a locked account, it felt a narrower or more privacy-oriented approach was a better fit than a broader outgoing strategy.
Really?
So, and here's the real reason. That's just what they said, but here's the real reason. There was already significant pressure to shut the system down. Meta, back when it was still called Facebook, settled a privacy lawsuit over facial recognition for $650 million last year.
Wow.
Yep.
And it likely isn't eager to grapple with similar cases. Governments ranging from Massachusetts to the European Union have either passed or strongly considered at least partial bans on facial recognition use.
So, ding, ding, ding. Number one,
Yep.
legal action.
And here's what's crazy. Meta isn't alone in all this.
Yeah.
Amazon has an indefinite ban on this policy, but Google both of them declined and shut all this stuff down back in 2018.
Yep.
And Facebook's now going, hey, we should.
Jump on the train now, a little late, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
You kind of scratch your head a little bit that their legal team wouldn't foresee some possible lawsuits coming. That at some point somebody's face is going to get captured, and it's somebody who's like protected, like witness protection or something.
Oh yeah, foster child system,
This could go
anything
bad.
like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
At some point, this is going to go bad.
But they probably could sell that information for way more than whatever. It's just like anything else. If the juice is worth the squeeze, whatever the fine is, if it's not very much, then roll until it becomes too much.
Well, but look how long they got away with it before they had to pony
Yeah,
up.
that's what I mean.
So how much money did they make on the back end before they got caught to
Yeah.
say, yeah, we got hit, but
What's $650 million?
yeah.
We can handle that. No
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they're worth $9 billion at this point. I
Yeah,
think that's the latest number.
it's crazy how much.
But still, 450 compared to 9 billion. I mean, that's not insignificant either. So it's-
Right.
Yeah, it's not even a drop in the bucket.
compared to what they're going to make over the next 10,
Yeah.
20 years, it's not. But crazy.
Yeah.
So
What they're going to make next year? What are you talking about?
But people think that it's Meta is trying to amend fences, considering their most recent less than stellar reputation for privacy.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like it's been a big issue. I'm still, I don't know. I mean, my personal opinion, you volunteered. Like, I signed the agreement. I agreed to do Facebook. So,
Well,
it's a two-way street as far as you know what you're getting into. I'm sure somewhere
or
in
you
there-
think. I mean, it's one of those.
Yeah.
The three of us know it's called social media for a reason. So
Sure.
you're
Yeah.
posting stuff out there that
To
you don't
share.
care. Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
care
you're
who to
sharing it,
see.
yeah.
But on the flip side of that coin, we wasn't aware, and it wasn't shown to us when we signed up for the services.
I bet it was tucked
Hey.
in the legalese somewhere.
What I read was that users could choose to opt into the feature, but I don't remember opting in. But
Yeah. So
Yeah.
one of the things we didn't know was what it was taking our pictures.
Hold on.
and
I don't remember what I had for lunch yesterday.
Yeah, true.
And you're telling me you didn't remember opting in.
Yeah.
When did you join Facebook again?
I've been
Right,
on.
well,
I don't even know what year I started Facebook.
I've been on Facebook since probably 2004, 5, or 6.
That's what I'm
something like that.
saying.
Yeah,
So I
it's
mean,
pretty early.
I can't remember lunch, much less.
it was college only, I think, when I joined.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, that's how they started.
Yeah, I saw I really liked the movie.
Yeah, the Social Network.
Yeah.
yeah,
But I didn't realize I didn't know anybody
Yeah,
that
You had
did
like,
it
Yeah.
back when it was college only.
had
Yeah.
to have like a .edu
email address.
email
Yeah,
address, I
Wow,
think.
that's when you started?
I think so.
yeah, that's when we both started. Yeah,
Huh.
Wow.
I'm trying to remember when I started using Facebook. I don't even know. I definitely didn't have an EDU. Huh. I don't know.
so yeah, that
When was that?
2004, 5, or 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it was probably 2005, 2006.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's I always think about what we do with Patch here,
Yeah.
getting the word out about stuff is super.
Well, that's why I
handy.
started my own personal Facebook so I could do a patch page. So it's tied together because
Right.
I didn't care about it. And I was like, well, I guess I have to have this in order to do a patch Facebook page. And I was learning how to do that. So I started whenever they let you do business pay or whatever.
Right.
Do something, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
And now it's basically an essential tool that you guys use
Oh, we use
every
it.
day.
Yeah, we use it every day, all the time. For a lot of our virtual learning and virtual content is based around education, and and it's an easy platform for people to utilize.
And it's funny, you guys are one of the few businesses in the area that social media is one of your essential tools.
Yeah.
Most companies ban
Yeah.
the use of Facebook because it's looked as and unjustifiable.
Yeah.
Something to distract employees.
Oh gosh, yeah.
This is an essential tool in your guys' business.
Well, it is. Yeah, we limit it though. I mean,
Right. Yeah. You guys
like
still
our,
do your
our
due
employees
justice.
can't just sit around and play on Facebook.
Right.
But-
Yeah, you guys do your due justice, but you guys are in a unique situation.
Yeah, it's been a very, very helpful tool for us as a nonprofit organization.
Yes.
We've been able to float out a lot of educational content. And Joe, you were part of that. I mean, you started that for us essentially. You and Cena back in the day, whenever we were like, listen, we got to float this stuff out there, and what's the best avenue? And you guys started doing video broadcasting.
Yeah.
And you followed right in line with Daniel Maddox. I don't know if anybody around here remembers Daniel Maddox, but that cat wanted to be a news broadcaster when he was in 6th grade.
Yeah.
And when I met him, it was via Janet Kirby, who said, listen, this middle schooler needs an outlet to do video production because that's what he wants to do. He knows it. You guys will love him. And I tracked him down at the school and was like, hey. And I met him and I was like, yeah, this guy, he's on the money. He will be a news broadcaster. And he started our whole program of doing youth-related news shows. And you guys helped start that. You and Cena helped start it with
The internet side of things.
yeah. Well, I mean, even the broadcasting here with the studio and setting up the cameras and the computers
Yeah.
and now Dan is a big-time reporter down in Miami, Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, he worked here locally for Channel 8 or 3.
Channel 8. Yeah.
Channel 8, and then now he's down in Miami, and he's a big deal reporter. So.
Yeah, and he was actually on the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
it was a crazy clip, a news story that he did. A clip of it actually made it on the Tonight Show.
And
So I was watching it that night,
Yeah.
and Cena and I literally sent him a message and said, hey, you're on the Tonight Show. And he goes, for what?
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
told him, and then literally 20 minutes later, he posted to Facebook, my Facebook's blowing up. Everybody from Spencer's messaged me and said, hey, I saw you on the Tonight Show.
Yeah. So super proud of Dan Maddox, and if you haven't looked him up, like I say, big-time reporter down in Miami. He does the desk stuff. I follow him a little bit here and there just because, man, you talk about nostalgia. I remember him when he was a 6th grader.
Yeah.
And had that initial conversation. He's like, hey, I'm going to be a news reporter. I don't care what it takes. That's what I'm going to do. That's my path. And by golly, he made it happen.
Oh, yeah.
Out of a small rural town in West Virginia with crappy internet,
Yeah.
he made it happen, by golly.
Yeah.
So Dan was one of our best Patch employees and Patch students. So anyway, that's my super proud of Dan Maddox moment. And let's move on to, is that all on Facebook? Is that where we're going to talk about?
Yeah. So they're actually going to start deleting all that information within the next coming weeks. So
I don't believe any
Deleting,
of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like your air quotes there, Justin. I agree with you
You
wholeheartedly.
know, Joe, I mean,
not deleting anything.
so involved with computers and stuff that deleting actually, I mean, it's not gone forever in a lot of cases, unless it's totally wiped and.
Well,
Right.
Joe has taught me over the years to save, and back up and save even more because you never know. So I don't believe Facebook's deleting anything.
They'll delete it from the live production
Right.
side, but I guarantee there's probably some archive backup somewhere of it.
Oh yeah.
It's just not live data.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They've sold that information and it is gone and it will be in somebody else's hands forever and ever.
Next up, Zoom.
Yes.
Zoom! Everybody's been using Zoom and I always enjoy the
Yeah, well,
Are we
actually,
gonna do Zoom with Santa again?
that's up to you guys.
yeah, I think we'll have to. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Our daycares are still under critical care and licensing, which requires, we're not allowed to do anything in person with parents and so forth. So
Yeah,
we'll see how it is when we get to Christmas. But
Yeah, shout out to Zoom. I
Yeah.
actually worked with WVRC, our local radio station.
yeah,
They did a Zoom interview last week with the name just escaped me. With a new up and coming
Harry Potter,
Nashville country music star that's actually going to be playing on the Grand Ole Opry
Leanne Rhymes,
Thanksgiving weekend.
Blake Shelton.
Now he's established.
Those are the only names I know.
I know. Let me see.
Oh, Aldean, Jason Aldean,
No. Hold on, give me just a second here,
Huey Mack.
because the name is it's still too early.
That's why I just saw Huey Mack over here on the wall. I don't know if we don't have really any country ones here. I think. Oh, Johnny Cash,
There we go.
but he's established.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Yeah, Cyndi Lauper. I don't know. Just throwing names out, Joe. I don't know. I don't listen to country music, so
So WVRC had the opportunity and jumped with both feet to do this. So Andrew Miller hollered at me and said, "Hey Joe, I got this opportunity. How do we make it happen?" So we was able to make it happen, which was
he does the same thing I do. Hey,
Yeah.
Joe, fix this, or this is what we want to do.
Yeah.
Tell me how.
Yep.
I'm very familiar with that role. I did it this morning. Hey, Joe, get this annoying pop-up on my computer. Make it stop, please.
Yes.
Sam Grow, up and coming country music superstar Sam Grow. They actually did a Zoom interview with Mr. Grow last week, and he is going to be featured on the Grand Ole Opry Thanksgiving weekend.
Huh.
I'm unfamiliar. What is Grand Ole Opry? Is that a country?
How could you?
Really, you have no idea.
No.
Justin. Oh, my gosh. Really?
Yeah. Do you know?
I've been there. I watched Leanne Rhymes when she was 15 years old on the stage at Grand Ole Opry.
Really?
Yep.
Is that-
Wow.
It's in West Virginia?
No,
No, it's in Tennessee.
It's in Nashville.
Nashville, Tennessee.
The,
Now I think it's over in Dollywood, right?
no, it's still in Nashville, in the Ryman Auditorium.
Okay.
The Grand Ole Opry, Justin. I'm trying to think of.
I don't even know.
Okay, you know how Daytona.
Are you familiar with Mountain Stage?
Mm-hmm.
It's like Mountain Stage for country music, like the legendary, like Joe's
Yeah.
getting ready to say, like the Daytona 500 of NASCAR.
Yeah.
Country music. You know how Daytona is the
Yeah.
racetrack for NASCAR. The Grand Ole Opry is that level for country music. If you,
I'd almost say bigger.
if you
It's like the pinnacle.
if you play if you've played at the Grand Ole
It's like
Opry,
the Olympics.
if you've played at the Grand Ole Opry, you're somebody.
Yeah.
They don't just let
Yeah.
anybody go in there. And actually, there's a square, and correct me if I'm wrong on this day, but in that little circle in the middle of the stage, it's like the part of the original floor from the original auditorium.
Honestly, I don't know.
Because there's a circle where all the singers stand at, and it's it's a different color than
Yeah.
the rest of the stage. And I think that piece is from the original.
So it goes way back.
Oh, it's crazy. So the original, I know what you're talking about. So
Yeah.
we had a training in Nashville, and we all went over to the original site where the Grand Ole Opry was because it wasn't very big. It's small, and then they had a bar right beside it called Tootsie's.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you ever go to Nashville, look up Tootsie's. It's weird because they don't make a big deal out of it. But Tootsie's is the original bar, like where Willie Nelson and all these songwriters hung out, because you go right out the back door of Tootsie's and straight into the backstage entrance to the Grand Ole Opry. So all the singers and people that were going on the original Grand Ole Opry would go to Tootsie's, hang out. They have 2 little stages there in this bar, and it's less of a bar and more of like a music venue.
Yeah.
But you know, they serve alcohol and drinks and stuff. But it's really tight. It's a really old building, and they got pictures of everybody that came through all along the walls from back in, I don't even know, you know, really
Probably all the
old.
way back to the 50s.
Yeah, I'd say at least. And so everybody kind of went there. Went there as their hangout, and they would play, and all these songwriters would hang out there to try to catch the eye of the musicians to try to sell their songs to them, including Willie Nelson, and it was in his biography. And then they go right across the little alley and straight into the Grand Ole Opry backstage, and then they would perform. And then when they got done, they'd come back to Tootsie's, hang out with their friends, and you know. So that was where the Grand Ole Opry used to be,
Yeah.
and it got moved to wherever.
The Ryman Auditorium, yeah.
Yeah. Now, I went to the Ryman Auditorium and watched Leanne Rhymes
Okay.
on accident.
But still, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, I had no idea who she was or anything about it. It was just hey, here's tickets to Grand Ole Opry while you're here. And yeah, I was like, wow, who is this teenager that can freaking sing like nobody's business?
Yeah.
But they had the old guy in bibbed overalls, and I don't know. At first, I thought it was like, what was the old show, the Hee Haw show or something?
Yeah, Hee Haw. Yeah.
I kind of thought it was that at first, but it was this old guy that, you know, kind of like hosted it.
Okay.
And he was kind of funny, did a good job, but it was entertaining. You know, Grand Ole Opry though.
Yeah, so we helped
Sam Grow,
Andrew
huh?
and the crew get a Zoom meeting set up with Mr. Sam Gross.
And
I don't know who was more excited, me or the crew up at WVRC.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's like this is completely different than just hey, my computer's broke.
Yeah.
I'm actually
I have an Apple phone and I want everything Android has, but I can't.
Yeah, I'm playing a small piece of this puzzle to get our local radio station to speak with an up and coming, you know, major country music star. That was.
And it's weird. He has it on his website. Opry debut November 27th.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like a country singer though. He's got a Harley Davidson hat on with his ears tucked in and 2 earrings and he's all tatted up with sleeves. I mean, maybe that's
Joe, did A&M
new country look.
have anything to do with like WVRC? They've been doing like some live broadcasts, like the Nut Run. They were broadcasting live somehow through their phones or something like that.
If anything goes wrong, yes, we're involved.
The usual, Joe, help.
But so far so good. Andrew and the crew have gotten that all going smoothly. So now we did help Andrew in the beginning get some of the equipment that he did need. So, but shout out to Andrew and the crew up there. They have made the radio station leaps and bounds of changes and improvements.
Updated it.
Yes.
Brought it up to modern times.
And they've done so much changes to the community for the good, and just the short time he's owned it, it's just amazing. So anyway, back to Zoom. So Zoom is testing a feature that is going to show ads to free users.
Wow.
But now here's the catch. So it's not all bad. The ad is going to appear on the browser page at the end of your meetings.
Yeah.
So you'll go to the Zoom website, you attend your meeting.
Well,
then
you
when
said free though, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're going to use something for free, there's got to be a way that it works.
Right.
So, you know, there's always a price to pay.
Well, and it's not going to be impeding. It's not going to be showing up right in the middle of your meeting and all that. So it's not too bad. So Zoom users on the free basic plan may start seeing ads starting today, or actually yesterday. At the outset, ads will only appear on the browser page after the call ends, and you'll only see them following meetings hosted by other basic users. And the test is limited to certain countries, but Zoom is keeping rather tight-lipped on what countries are going to see these ads.
Yeah. Well, I don't feel like that's a bad thing necessarily, because again, you have to, you got to pay for it somehow.
Right.
So it only makes sense. And I think at this point, everybody's numb to ads because it's everywhere.
Right.
I mean, if we just, like, for instance, talking about, I don't know, name a product, Justin. Boots. Yeah, we talk about boots. I'm sure one of the three of us, next time you go on social media, will have some sort of boot ad. I'm glad you said boots. I wasn't sure what you were going to say.
I wasn't either.
You know, you say like Wise camera. There you go. I just said it. All three of our phones are listening, you know, and this platform's probably listening, so we'll have Wise camera ads pop up.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. So that's my point. It's part of it.
So it's not going, like I said, it's not going to be anything too intensive. It's not going to interrupt your meetings. But I
Yeah.
did want to at least give people a heads up, so if they hear, I'm going to stop using Zoom because they're going to start putting ads during their meetings. No, they're not.
Yeah. and everybody uses Zoom that I know. You know, we use it for a lot of our meetings.
Right.
And it's been a great platform.
Yeah. And last week was the first time I've used the Zoom software. I used Microsoft Teams. That
Oh,
was
yeah,
part of
that's
my-
right. Yeah, we use Teams a lot.
So in the software, it's just like the rest of them. It's easy to use.
Yeah.
But at least wanted to give people a heads up that if you hear about Zoom
Right. And those ads.
posting ads, it's not going to be during your meeting. It's going to be
Yeah.
on the web page after your meeting's over with, because a lot of people don't read
Yeah.
past the headline.
Yeah,
And,
they get hit by the clickbait.
and then they go, I'm still going to stop using they're trying to sell me ads, and and whatever else nonsense
Yeah,
flows.
you wonder, I mean, are the ads just going to be totally random or kind of targeted towards the demographic that uses Zoom? You know, it's not going to be.
The company's advertising partners, they've said they may use cookies to track your activity on Zoom's website, no different than any other website.
Yeah.
But you can block them from doing so using Zoom's cookie management tool.
Huh.
So that may help you get more just vague ads instead of more ads targeted to your preferences.
Interesting. All right. Well, I mean,
Now,
I don't feel like that's anything new,
was Zoom,
right? I mean, new for Zoom.
there's
but-
like a Zoom Pro, is that how they were making their money previously? People that were paid users?
Yes. Yeah, and they're still making their money off their
Yeah.
pro customers. The
That's-
pro.
Probably 90% of people use it for free, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, biggest majority of people use it for free. But that's where they was making making their money was through the paid subscriptions. So now they just figured out a way to make a few extra bucks off the free users, which honestly,
Yeah.
for what the software does, and they're not going to bang you over the head with ads, especially in your meetings. I cannot find any reason to ding Zoom on this. They're a business like everybody else. They got to make money like everybody else. And as the saying goes, if it's free, there's a cost somewhere.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we use Zoom and Teams both for, you know, business reasons,
Right.
obviously, and
Training.
we used it for this show,
Yeah.
you know, when we had to in COVID, and
Yep.
I mean, yeah, man, it's what a tool to use for free. If you have to watch some ads, then yeah, that's
Well,
the
and
price.
and it's just a little pop-up or a little ad inside the browser window after your meeting's over with. So there's literally no reason why you should be upset over this.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those technologies that even like 5 years ago, I feel like it would have been glitchy, buggy, there'd be delay, but they've got it working really well. I mean, those Joe shows we did over Teams, I never felt like, that delay where, Joe was talking, but then I started talking over him.
Yeah.
We never had any issues with that.
Yeah, I mean, the only issue we had was that the software was we're used to interacting in person. So
Yeah.
getting the three of us in front of a camera virtually is a little different, but that's just because we're used to doing this format.
Yeah.
And it had nothing to do with the software or anything like that.
Yeah. I agree. All right. And
Yeah,
then,
for when we're not all in the same place, so it's definitely a useful tool to have.
oh gosh.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's
It
why I
works
say
as a stand-in.
I would be hard pressed to complain about any type of ad that popped up just because the utility of the tool is valuable,
Right.
especially for free.
Absolutely.
So yeah, any small price like that, and especially since it's not monetary. I mean, that's an easy one.
Right.
Interesting stuff. Okay. Anything else on that?
That's pretty much covers that.
Sweet. Let's get to the tip of the week. I'm
Okay.
excited. I like the tip of the week. Usually, I can use that somehow in my personal life, which always makes it nice.
Yes, and this one you can and will, and I think you have before because I believe I've gotten a call or two.
Nice. What about Justin?
No,
Not yet.
no
I
help
don't-
for him
If he
'cause
did,
it's
I don't
kinda-
remember.
Did you bring your soapbox in for this or no?
I might have had to polish the soapbox up. this morning.
Nice. All right. Well, lay it on us. The Joe's famous
Okay,
tip of the
so
week.
the last few weeks, I've been doing things, giving people tips on how to protect themselves while being online, especially with shopping season coming around.
Oh yeah.
Well, this falls right in line with all the rest of the tips
Can I
None
throw
less.
Hold
something
on,
in real quick?
So do you have, does Amazon have a big sale coming, like Black Friday and all that
Oh
stuff
yeah.
again?
Oh yeah.
All right. Just in time.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry,
Justin, go ahead.
No, I had a package that was on its way, but
Did you buy a new battery box?
no.
Still holding out. All right.
But I was and FedEx was sending me texts, hey, just let you know, signatures required for this and all that sort of thing. But I was just so paranoid that I'm like, how did the scammers find out I had a package coming? But it was real the whole time, and I was just
That's
too
good though.
afraid to click on it.
Yeah, that's good though. You was
Yeah.
cautious. I'm proud of you, Justin.
I was like, man, I'm impressed that they somehow figured out I have a package coming, and they know it's like supposed to be here.
Nice.
yeah.
It seemed like a huge coincidence for it to be,
A scam.
a scam, but yeah, it wasn't. It was real.
Yeah.
But better there on the side of caution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Justin's seen me jump on my soapbox enough. He didn't want to be the cause of me
Yeah.
jumping on my
Yeah.
soapbox.
I don't know. I think he just plays that way, but actually he does.
Yeah.
It's like, Joe, let me help you climb right up here, buddy.
Yeah.
Start yelling at everybody.
Yeah, Justin doesn't care if I'm just screaming to the masses as long as it's not targeted at
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
He's cool with it.
Well, I know he takes his browbeatings for the iPhone stuff pretty well.
This is true.
But, I agree with him. He's still got that little loophole. Since he didn't go out and buy an iPhone specifically, it was a hand-me-down, right?
Oh no, I bought it, but it was used. But
Well, that's what I mean. You didn't like go out and buy the newest,
Right,
best thing and
Yeah.
pay thousands of dollars
No.
for it.
it's a couple $100.
Yeah, so that gave you a nice little loophole.
Yeah.
You get a get out of iPhone mockery jail free card. for
No.
Kinda,
No.
just
No.
kinda.
He could have bought a used Android just as easy as he could have bought a used iPhone.
Joe's not even trying to help you. You just get the whole be ashamed you have an Apple phone brunt right there.
All right,
you
guys.
just took all of it.
You want me to be nice? You want me to be honest? I cannot do both.
All right. Anyway, so tip of the week. Yeah, you were right. Joe. This last couple weeks, you've been ramping up towards the holiday season and all the spending people do online and all the trickery that's involved.
Yes.
Are you following up with that?
Yes.
All right. So tip of the week. I want to say week 3 of holiday safety.
Yes, because we've talked about how to protect yourself from scams with text messages and phone calls.
Yep.
And then we talked about emails last week.
Ooh, and a couple weeks before that, you talked about doing the silly games that you give your
Yes,
password
social
away.
media. Yeah.
Okay, so all this rolls right into where we're at now.
Yes.
Okay.
So this week's tip of the week.
Hold on. One more plug.
Okay.
If you haven't heard, if you just tuned in now, go back and listen to those shows just for the tip of the week.
Yes.
Because these last 4 shows, I'm going to say, maybe 5, have been huge internet safety shows.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry,
So
go ahead.
this week's tip of the week, we're going to discuss Scareware.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it?
I
Dave?
have not heard of it either.
Okay, so the first question is, what is Scareware? And here's what Scareware basically
I like because
is.
it kind of ties into Halloween.
Yeah. So have you guys seen those pop-ups where you're just browsing the internet?
I don't go to those websites. Sorry, Joe. But Justin, on the other hand, he's over here nodding. He's like, "Yep."
But you get these pop-ups that has like a Microsoft logo and it says your IP address has been compromised. Call this number for support.
Honestly, I have a pretty good IT guy, and I haven't had those.
Well, they're not hard to find.
And I don't surf a lot, so
Well, okay.
I'm not big on the interweb and just like looking around at whatever. Now, Justin, he's younger, more affluent maybe, but I go where I need to go and I move on.
So what they do is it pops up and it usually is set up in a way where it's disabled itself from being closed, the window being closed, and it usually
Really?
if you have your speakers on, it plays an annoying siren noise, and it throws you into immediate panic. So here's how it all works. So you get this pop-up, and it says your computer's been compromised. You need to call Microsoft right now, and it gives you an 800 number or gives you a number, and all these bells and whistles are going off, and you're just going.
And just to clarify, you can't close the window?
No.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it throws you into a nut. So it just heightens your panic.
Yeah.
So this scam works on social engineering. So the pop-up itself does no damage.
Right.
So here's how they do. They do the urgency because there's always a little like a timer. You need to call her now, and then the excitement gets you get all excited and going. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And then the fear of, oh no, my computer. I do all my shopping online. I do all my banking online.
Yeah. It's got all my personal information saved.
Yeah. So what it does is it throws you into panic. You call that number.
No way.
Yeah.
That's Joe Rule 101. Don't call.
Yeah, we get these calls at least once a week.
Don't click, don't call.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get these
Justin
calls
just
at least
developed
once
a
a
new
week.
motto. A&M Digital Technologies. Don't click, don't call.
Yeah.
Email us first.
Call us, yeah.
Email us first.
So what the people do is they'll call that number, and they'll get a hold of someone overseas, and they say we're from blah 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 Microsoft whatever, and here's what we need to do. We need to connect to your computer.
Oh no.
Yeah. To check your system. So the person willingly follows along.
Yeah, just agrees to it.
And lets the hackers in, and once they get in there, a lot of time you've basically just gave them keys to the castle, because literally you don't know what their intentions are and what all they're exactly doing, because they could at that point load backdoor software into your computer that they can do whatever they want. You'd never know. If you have a webcam, they could turn on the webcam, sit there and watch you without your knowledge. They could, yeah.
I'm saying if somebody watches me, they'd be like, "Why is that guy
delete?"
Yeah, he's reading that book. Wait a minute, he just changed records. He's making dinner now. He's apparently going to Walmart. Yep, he's dressed in soccer gear. He's going to a soccer game.
So they walk you through all the stuff, and they're like, "Okay, we fixed it for you." So then those people think, "Oh, great."
Well,
and now they have some software on their
well,
computer.
it's basically like a Pandora's box. You really don't know what's going to happen. But most of the time, what they do...
Well, I'm assuming they'll be able to get your credit card information and all that good jazz, because
well,
I have two-factor authentication, though.
Well, no, they don't get it through that way. You give it to them.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because... like
No. You read them your card number.
Wow.
Social engineering. So they'll remote in your computer, and they'll run some programs, and they'll pop up and say, "See this stuff right here? You're infected. Now here's how we'll fix it. Send us $385, and we will give you a lifetime license for this software that will completely protect you, and you'll never have to worry about it again."
That'd be the red flag in my head, because I know everything now is an annual basis.
Uh-huh. So at this point, the person says, "Okay, do you take MasterCard or whatever?"
Geez.
"Sure do. Here's my numbers."
See, now, and I don't mean this in a mean way, but my mom would fall for that. She'd be like, "Oh, yeah, I got to have it. I got to be protected."
Yeah.
But
she knows the internet's dangerous, but she doesn't know how.
But it's a lifetime subscription, and I've had little arguments with customers to the point I've almost lost business over it.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to argue with me. "Oh, no, they said it's a lifetime license. You got scammed." "No, I didn't."
Yep.
Yeah, I've only done this for almost 20 years now. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The guy that you don't even know is more trustworthy than the person you've known for several years now.
Yeah.
And it gets to the point, I do feel sorry for these people for getting scammed.
Yeah.
But then when they want to argue with me, that just...
Okay,
I just
call
want-
that number back, and hopefully they'll fix all
Good
your
luck
IT
to
issues,
you.
and good luck.
And when you don't have any money in any of your accounts next week, I don't want to hear it.
You can't call me because you got no money.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, in this day and age, if you don't know that by now, but I mean, every day it's something new, and it's easy. Like you said, social engineering causing a panic, and gotta have it fixed right now because we gotta have our technology.
Right.
That's the good news. I feel very comfortable because I'm just like, Joe.
But we literally get these calls once a week, and
wow,
and
once a week. That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's to the point, Cena and I, we have basically an unwritten script set up for these people. We just have a line of questioning. We almost feel like the police department put them under the lights.
Yeah.
Okay, first thing we always ask them, did you let them into your computer? And if the answer is anything but no, bring it in.
Yeah.
Because we'll get yes, and I don't know, and well, I'm not. If it's not no, bring it in.
Yeah. Get it unplugged and.
Yeah. So the first thing is, if you do panic and call that number, first thing, stop communicating with the scammer. If you've been in touch, just hang up the phone. And here's what's crazy. We talked about the guy with the YouTube channel where he lets the hackers in and he messes with the hackers.
That's funny. I remember that.
He actually found on one of those computers their call list.
Yeah.
And they wrote his numbers down as like, hey, we got him once, let's do it again.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah. So he downloaded that file and started calling these people and saying, "Hey, you got scammed," and all that. So he was helping them out. So first, because they'll put your name on the list and it's like, "Hey, we milked them once."
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Hit them again.
Yeah.
What if they hit them with a different scam or the same scam?
Same scam.
Oh gosh.
Because I've had people call me. They'll bring their computer to the office for us to fix, and while I'm fixing it, they'll call me the next day and say, "Hey, they called me 3 times today."
Oh,
I
jeez.
was like, "Yeah, they'll keep doing that until they realize they can't get any more money out of you, and then they'll just move on."
Man, that's scary stuff.
So the next thing we always ask them is, "Did you give them any money?"
Yeah.
And if the answer is anything but no, you need to find and halt all payments
Yeah.
that you don't know about. Contact your banks, your credit card companies, anything
Yeah.
financial.
Yeah, because I mean that's it. You scared me when you said now you're giving them control of your computer, because they could go in and order something online, and I have the automatic pop up with my, it doesn't have the security code.
Right.
But if you could, I'm sure they know sites that don't require that,
Right.
or have something set up themselves,
Right.
and bam, bam, and bam, they're going to town, buying
Right.
whatever.
So
Justin just purchased a yacht.
yeah.
I don't know, whatever. New iPhone.
So now that your computer's been compromised,
Man.
you have to call your credit card companies and your banks, and now you got to go change your passwords to everything.
Yeah.
Because you don't, because if you have it saved in your browser,
Hey, do what I do. Just use the same one, and it's my house number, my street number, and if it's not that, then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
yeah.
Make it easy, Joe. Why not? Come on.
Yeah. So now you have to update all your passwords as well.
Joe just got the cold sweats.
Yeah.
Time out.
Yeah, I'm panicking over here. and your PIN codes and all that.
Oh yeah. What? I mean, not only the loss of money, but what a huge hassle.
Yeah. So then you had to freeze your credit to keep scammers from misusing your identity on a new account fraud, and report the scheme to any service providers and institutions that may be able to help.
Wow. Yeah. All right. So
Plus, now
there's more.
yeah. So not only are you have to do all that, but now you have to bring your system to us or do the work yourself, and have to do a complete factory reset on your device.
Scrub everything down.
Yeah, because you don't know what they've put on their system. They make most of the time they just want to soak you for $100 and they're on their way, but they could literally put software in there to let themselves in at any time and do bad things.
Just wreak havoc.
Yeah, and so basically we just have to wipe the whole system clean. Now you have to either do it yourself or pay a company like us.
Yeah, that
which
would
is
be
even
funny.
More money
though.
that you have to spend.
What do scammers do when they get bored?
Yeah.
All right, let me go back in this person's computer and just mess with them.
Yeah. And
your weather bug now says Sydney, Australia.
well, now that's where the ransomware comes in. That's a whole other mess.
Yeah, gosh.
So now we have to factory reset your computer.
Yeah, you got to start all over.
Yeah, and reinstall all your programs, restore your data, reinstall all your printers.
Yeah.
And deal with that whole fiasco.
Craziness. Well, Joe, that's a great tip of the week. So, again, I'm going to reiterate, if you haven't listened to the last 5 shows, at least go back and listen to the tips of the week, because with holiday season coming in, all these scams coming in, and all the unsafe interweb workings, go back, listen to the topics, follow Joe's advice. I know mine's my street name and my house number and that stuff, but
and your first dog.
Yeah, I mean, pet name, kid name, you got it.
Yeah.
That's all a joke, but Joe's worked me out of that, and he's got me doing 2-factor authentication, but I feel safe. So anyway,
that's the ultimate goal.
yeah, great tips of the week, because man, it's that season, it's that time of year where everybody starts shopping and the scammers go crazy.
Well, and these scams,
it's their busy time.
Yeah, and the thing of it is, these scams are always around, but there's more of them around the holidays.
Yeah, true. All right, well, good stuff, Joe. If anybody has any questions, how do they get a hold of you?
You can give us a call at our office at 304-927-3588. Check out our website at amdigitaltechnologies.com, or follow us on social media at amdigitaltech. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And be sure to subscribe to the podcast Help Desk with Joe and Dave. We're on all the major podcasting platforms, and our episodes are hosted by Anchor.fm.
Nice. And I will say this, A&M Digital Technology, a local business, supports all the behind-the-scenes stuff here at Patch, from our virtual learning tutorials we send out to our podcasts and our shows and our live broadcasts, A&M Digital Technologies, there for us and for our community. So make sure you need any technology work, or you just have questions, you feel like chatting up Joe, call him. Talk to him. There you go, Joe. You're welcome.
Thanks, Dave. I thought we was always going to throw Justin under the bus.
Well, yeah.
When everybody calls him.
Yeah, spread the love around, man.
Okay.
That's true. Justin, give him your cell phone number. You have an iPhone. What's the worry?
Yeah.
I mean, what else could possibly be wrong here? But anyway. All right. Well, show number 84 in the books. And, what another great show. We talked about Facebook, Netflix, Zoom, all the good stuff there, or bad stuff.
Yeah.
If you're an iPhone user, you got to take the good with the bad, lots of bad. And, of course, we got our Wise plug-in. Wise, you got to pick up on this and start getting us some free goodies, man.
Yeah. We're not asking for a monthly monetary advertising, but just send us the short list of products that we don't have, and trust me, it's a very short list.
Yeah. We'll try it out, play with it, see what happens.
And we're more than happy to.
I'm still waiting on my toy phone.
I checked Best Buy last week, still said coming soon.
It's killing me. Anyway.
Maybe for Christmas.
Yeah. Well, show number 84 in the books, Help Desk with Joe. And again, great tips of the week, which I really enjoy. And we're here in our Patch Turned Up studios in Spencer, West Virginia. And we'll be back next week with more Help Desk with Joe and Justin.
We'll see you then.
Gentlemen, thank you very much.